Today we're going to teach Katie not to go out of doorways without permission. It's really easy to do. First, just go ahead and get your dog on a leash and then approach a doorway. I'm going to stop short just as I get to the end of the leash, and then as soon as the leash is slack, I'm going to go ahead and step out, just one step. I'm going to hold her back a little bit because a lot of times dogs will naturally follow you out as you go. Once the leash is loose again, I'm going to go ahead and go back inside. The reason why I come back inside is because I don't want her to think every time the door is open that she's going to be released out. So 75 to 80% of the time, I'm not going to release her out of the doorway. I want her to predict that most likely I won't say anything. If you notice too, I'm not giving her any commands. I don't want her to stay in here or wait in here because I'm telling her to do that. I want her not to come out because I haven't given her permission to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and step out. The leash is slack again. I'm going to try one more time. Again, just approaching the door, stopping her short so she doesn't step out. Once it's loose, I'm going to step out again. And now I'm going to release. Okay. Good girl. So because this is a safety issue, we actually reinforce it in several ways. And this is another way that we reinforce that dogs don't go out the door without permission. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back up and open and close the door randomly, whether she's trying to get out of the door or not. It works great if she's trying to get out, but it also works well if she's not trying to get out of the door. The reason we do this is I want her to think that the doorway is very unpredictable and that at any time it could close on her, and so she doesn't want to pass through it without thinking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to open and close the door a couple of times so you guys can see what that looks like. I'm just going to back up and close the door. And she starts to go for the door, I'm going to close it again. And even if she's not going for the door, I'm going to close it. I know this seems like a really simple technique, but if you practice this for several minutes, several times a day for about 3 days, you'll have about a 90% success rate in her not trying to go out the door anymore. I don't know why that is. It just works really, really well, especially in conjunction with the other technique that we just showed you. Okay.